Okay, so we've got stream number 2 going. Change to photo, over to video, change this, lower it from 4K to 1080p, 30 FPS, D-Log M, H.265, MP4. So now, hypothetically, it should, excuse me, should be going a little bit better. Let's see if I can share this. Just waiting for a certain someone to hop in the chat before I take off. Stream health. Excellent. Good. All chat. Okay. Sure this volume's all the way down. I love how it's just like zoomed in on my license plate right now. Still 0 viewers. What's going on? Audio stream's current bitrate 0 is lower than the recommended bitrate. Audio stream. Oh, I'm not using an audio stream, so it's Korean. Okay. So doesn't look like my sensing system is doing very good. So I suppose we will get this started. Nice little slow cinematic. Sunny just saw it, and she was on a little leash, and she decided to start chewing on plastic or glass or something. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain such viewers will expire. I see. So, whoops. I need to change the stream settings. I'm gonna bring it home. Try to do this again. I'm not doing it. Land directly on the helipad. All right, let's see if I can fix this stream. Okay, so I got the stream back. Should be working fine. And I will see, honestly, how good this does. Hopefully no more errors, but we'll see. I gotta put this thing back on its landing pad. It landed just off in the grass by like millimeters. All right, let's see. Hold on, I left it. I left the web page and okay, we're good. All right, so I don't see any viewers, but it is what it is. We're gonna go for this. Take off. We got a car leaving. So one cool thing I like about this drone is obviously the cameras are very nice and everything like that. But is that an undercover? Got the grill. Is that a light? It might be an undercover right there. Let us follow the undercover active track. So watch this. I'm not doing a thing. It is just going to follow him. See what the undercover's doing today. Doing power lines. Whoop. Let's go a little higher. What are you doing, Mr. Undercover? You didn't think you were going to be followed by a drone, did you? I'm watching you, bro. Do something. I dare you. And let's go to the left side of him. Got this traffic stop. We are currently over the 7-Eleven. It's getting a little close, so I'm kind of hoping he doesn't see me. Let us go quite a bit higher. I'm on my 3x camera, so if I hit 1x, this is really how close we are. So, I mean, it's not like I'm very close to the power wires or anything like that. What does it look like in front of your car, sir? Hmm? Yeah, so I can just like push a button and it rotates around him, and then it'll follow him. So I'm going to go back a little bit. No, 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 no. We don't want to go down. We want to go up. But I don't believe you guys can see what it does on my screen. It basically draws a green box around whatever I am following. And from that point on, it can just kind of follow it, and I can do, circular motions around it. I can do 360 videos, just kind of track this thing while it's driving. And I kind of want to know what an undercover was doing in my neighborhood. It appears to be one. I could get low enough to definitely see his license plate and check, but it is technically illegal to fly over roads, so I will not be doing that. Let's see. What are you doing here, sir? Where are you going? You going to Pontiac? No, you're going to Rochester. Okay. Let's see. What are you doing? I feel like I'm not like a helicopter pilot filming a high-speed chase. getting pretty far from home. I'm about 3,000 feet away from home, and it's starting to break up. Oh no, he's going too fast. I'm pretty far away from home. So I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to give us a little height, and we'll just kind of cruise around. Ooh, there's the Y. Worst gutter design in the world, honestly. I mean, look at all that shit up there. Why would you design a roof like that? I understand the Y concept, but you don't make a roof like that. That's just very dumb. All right. So our local university, Oakland University, is right over here. This is one of the newer buildings. That's the side field. Anything I'm highlighting, I'm going for like right in the center of the screen is what I'm trying to indicate to. So that's like their little soccer bubble. Then they got like a baseball field right over there. It's really nice to take an e-bike through the campus. Like they've got tons of hills. It's really fun, lots of space, and it's really through. But I'm thinking, so I just got a basket. She's gonna be sitting in the front seat, or in the front handlebars rather, in her own little seat. So I think I'm probably gonna take her there for the first trip. And then I will fly over some of these neighborhoods. I'm going to keep the aperture lock on the exposure. As you can see now, everything doesn't get dark. If I turn it off, everything gets dark. So these are the auto settings as far as brightness and all that. And sometimes it's a little too sensitive with light. So let's see if we can find the sun. There's the sun. There it is there. It's got a cool little mist around it today, it looks like. Alright. So as you see, we got like chemtrails from jets going on. Yeah, this thing's very fun to fly. I'm currently 300 feet in the air. I'll show you what that looks like. I'm currently getting a warning on my screen. Flight altitude exceeds 393. So it's only letting me go into 492 because of the flight area that I'm in. My drone weighs a certain amount, so it's considered an aircraft at this point. It's not just a personal toy, I guess you could say. Where you have to get a license and all that type of stuff, and you have to pay attention to the zones you're in, and obviously you can never fly near an airport. One interesting thing is if you attempt to fly a drone in downtown Detroit near the Tiger Stadium, or sorry, Comerica Park, once you get somewhere near it, they actually have some sort of technology that just stops your communication with your drone completely and it just drops out of the sky. The reason they have that is because if you've ever watched any sort of sports, it always says at the beginning, do not record this without express written permission and consent to Major League Baseball, whatever. So anyone with a drone trying to record a Major League Baseball game, that's completely illegal. So they have this special drone thing. And I've always wanted to just see it happen. I don't want to ever try it. All right, so this is my normal speed, and I'll bump it up to we're going a little faster now. I'm going about 25 miles an hour. Camera rotates much quicker in this mode. If I turn it to cinematic, the speed drops more. The camera, you can tell it's much smoother. But here is townhouse. So It was between this complex right here with all of these. The unit that I was going to be getting was actually, if you look dead center of my screen, very, very dead center, kind of like next to that second tree there, if you're counting trees from the bottom, that would have been my unit. And if you look right here, this would be the pool. Or maybe it was a hot tub. I honestly can't remember. It was either a pool or hot tub. Then they had like a fire pit right here. And then if you look over here, they had this big, beautiful lake, and they got picnic tables all around it. And I mean, it was just awesome. We didn't have, this is a different complex, but I was really considering that one. It was very nice, but that was the one that kind of just, the second floor was just basically a loft. So it just got very hot, very bad air circulation. There was no basement, there was no anything like that. So it was just much different. And if you want, I can take a little dip in the water here and see if this thing's waterproof. How about that? No, I'm not really going to do that. But let's see how close we can get. My landing symbol has come up. How close are we? Oh, we still got some room. Oh, that's a cool shot. Let me lock the aperture. Oh, that's cool. Go cruise around the fountain. Turn this on cinematic so I don't crash into it. It does have sensors, all of it, so it's of you actually crashing in. As long as the sensors can detect it, you're good to go. So I'm going to set this. I've highlighted the fountain. I'm going to set it as a POI, which means point of interest, obviously. Looks like I got some weak signal right now, but that's okay. It's because I'm so low. And if I do something here on my drone, it's just going to do circles around this thing in a cinematic manner. Let me slow it down, actually. We'll do a nice and slow 360. And I'm going to drop it just lower ever so slightly. So careful here. There we go. I'm pretty close to the water at this point. And this is the types of shots that you can get. I don't know how well the stream's coming because I'm having some signal difficulties, and it's really just because of how low I am. So, it's kind of like Wi-Fi. If there's a bunch of trees and shit blocking in the way, then obviously you're going to have some issues. So I'm going to back it up a bit. I'm still raising the height. I'm going to increase the speed. Actually, I'm going to switch direction and increase speed. And switch that back so we have autofocus enabled. Now we have this other pond. But yeah, this would have been really nice to just have, like a nice pond in the backyard of the townhouse. This location, I would say, was much cooler, but, I just basically moved across the street. I'm going to be sneaking into their hot tub at some point. So it is what it is. Let me get rid of this tracker. As you can see, we have some geese friends. So I took Nala here one day and went right by this bush area. I kind of walked up here right by the edge. And as she was standing right here, I have a video of it. A beaver came out of the water and was just chilling on land about right where I'm centered. And Nala was maybe about right by this sign. And I mean, she got pretty close. And the beaver was just chill with her. She wanted to like be friends with it, and the beaver was totally cool. It was the weirdest thing. I've never seen a beaver in my life, and my dog just makes friends with them. What the hell? And then we've got tennis courts over here. These aren't too bad. I wonder if I could bring Nala here and just kind of let her loose. Let's see how well the fence is. Because they could have, one of those little bullshit fences that's got holes in it. I mean, it seems okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. I could probably bring her here. This would be fun. Throw the tennis ball around. But wait, how's the door looking? Oh, it does have a gate door, so that'd be okay. And a nice ghetto basketball court with no net? Is that nothing there? I don't see. Yeah, just the pole. Classic. That's exactly how you play basketball. Oops. So you just go up for a layup and, smack your head on the pole. That's how you know you get 2 points. Genius. I mean, just absolute perfection. Why have this entire blacktop that's in really rough shape, I guess? But why have all this when you can have this beautiful pole instead for strippers? So we're gonna speed it up here a little bit. We'll take a look at where Rocco does his baseball training. So when he has games, so if I turn around, my house is dead center where the brown and white ones are. That's where I live. So then this is the school. Turn down the camera adjustment. And this is where he has his games. And it looks like we got some kids playing or practicing. Let's take a little peek. I'm going to chill in the outfield outside of the fence, be respectful. There's definitely drone etiquette for sure, and you don't want to be a dick. You don't want to fly over someone's head or anything like that. Let's see what they're up to. Do they got a little game going on, or what's going on? Are both dugouts full? I don't know. It might be practice. Is there anyone? They don't have outfield. Okay. They got a catcher? No, they don't got a catcher. They got the bucket of balls right there. Yeah, they're practicing for sure. Yeah, so my nephew Rocco plays here. This is where he does his games. And I have filmed a few times in this exact spot his games. But it sucks to get there mainly because you have to park up there, walk all the way down these soccer fields, and then walk through all of here. And it's very muddy. That's the main point. This little marsh definitely spills over into everything. You have to walk this narrow pathway right here, and this is always pretty disgusting. But yeah, then they got some batting cages. This is a nice little school. I'd have to say, as far as like schools go, this is not too bad. It's, I believe, a private school. It's a Christian school, so it's probably private, but it's got a nice little facility. They have something very cool actually in the parking lot. Let me take a look. Oh, it was very funny. One day I was recording a video and I was somewhere around right here, and some kid had walked around in the snow and his footprints made a message, and it was something like boobs or something like that, and it was spelled out in footprints. I thought it was the funniest thing ever, and I spotted it, and it was hilarious. I've got a picture of it somewhere. But I think the seniors do this, or not the seniors, but like it's not high school, whatever, the seniors of elementary school. I think they do this, so they decorate the parking spots. I think each one gets one, and it's actually pretty cool. No touchy. Oh, that's the Emperor from the Emperor's New Groove, the llama. That's funny. There, slow it down and set it on auto, so it's just gonna fly on its own and just go across very smooth. So what do we got? Some of these, unfortunately, it looks like the snow has ruined some of them. That's kind of cool. I like that one. Alexa, class of 26, strawberries. Yeah, I just thought this was cool, and every year they've got new designs there. That's cool. Pig throwing up the earth, I guess, but pig's cool. Got the butterfly one. That just looks like a mural that just got ruined. How lucky are we? Soren. It's got the umlaut over the O. So that's some foreign thing. Did they do like a Dior brand looking thing? They did. Graduation hits like dopamine. That kid gets high. Oh my god. See the bloody one that just looks like gothic blood? That would be mine. And then it looks like they did these rocks as well. Pretty cool. And then we'll check out the other side. How high am I right now? It's not too bad. We probably go just like this. Alright, so I've got a low battery warning now. Unfortunately, I'm gonna just check these ones out and then I will come home. I promise, drone. As long as, so basically the way the drone works is but generally a battery gets about 20 minutes of airtime. 25, I should say. And if you're not recording, depends on if you're recording video, taking pictures, depends on what you're doing. And that can shorten the life. But it's very nice on the remote. It tells you exactly how many minutes are left, how long you have, and then it tells you based on your distance from your home point when you really, really need to return home or it's not going to be able to make it. So it's kind of nice. These are pretty cool. So now I'm starting to get the beeping. It says I have 4 minutes and 21 seconds. So I've got time. It just likes to be careful. Unfortunately, now it just starts beeping. These are pretty cool little spots. Alright, so before I take it home, let's do full on, go up nice and high, and do a little 360. How about that? See the skyline, see the sun starting to go down. I do have another battery, so unfortunately you're going to hear this beeping, but actually I'm going to go ahead and mute myself for the remainder of this, so it's kind of Alright, so it's giving me a heavy warning now. So I'm going to go ahead and hold down the return to home. And it's kind of cool on my screen. It shows almost like a virtual reality path. It shows this giant green line of how it's going to travel home to me. So I'm not pushing anything. I'm not controlling this. I'm not touching my remote. It's just doing its own thing right now. Drone is just currently what it's going to do is it's going to position itself directly over where it took off from, its home point, and from there it should see my landing pad, and it's currently directly over it. It's going to reorient itself a little bit. It's going to flip the camera down, and then it's going to descend. And hopefully if my sensors are working good, it's going to detect the landing pad and go right for it. And it's going to flip the camera up last second because you don't want to land and have your actual camera lens facing the ground in case there's gravel or dirt or anything can scratch it. So it's perfect. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this battery up. Pop in my last one. We'll do a quick little tour around, and I think that will be the end of the stream. I can, now I don't feel like doing any actual recording, so yeah, we're just gonna do a tour. Take a look at it right now. Let's see, we have one current viewer and 4 views total. Average view duration is 5 minutes 44 seconds. So, unfortunately, this is pretty delayed. I am looking at the stream and it's pretty delayed, but it is what it is. So, feel free to hop off. This video is going to save to my YouTube, but if you want, I'm going to go ahead and continue this flight. So, if you feel like hopping in the chat, I'm just going to leave a message here. One, three, two. Alright, so that's how the chat works, and I'm just going to leave the chat open, leave the stream open, and take off. Nice thing is, you press a button on the remote, it auto takes off by itself. There's sensors everywhere, so it knows where it's going, and it makes sure it doesn't hit anything. I'm going to bring it real close to me. Don't pay attention to how I look. And you will see that it will just stop for me. It's not going to be able to hit me. Yeah, it won't go forward. It'll go around me. I'm pressing forward to like hit me directly and it won't do it. What's Nolan doing? Is she in there? Yes, she is. There she is. She's getting dusted. Hi, puppy. I had her out there earlier and she was just on glass or plastic or something. So, we'll go for a little tour around my complex. I do like taking her back. Nice. If this fucking man right next to just pick up his shit, then I can take Nala back. I bring her up this little, and we kind of like walk down here. Nice little open area for here. Play around here. You can also either of these hits here. Just kind of look beside the trees here, so we've got enough. And there's the. I'm wondering what they cost. I know they're kind of cookie cutter, but they're technically in Auburn Hills, which is very small, and it's what I picked because it has much cheaper rent than like Rochester and all that. I'm just wondering what a house like this would go for around here. I'm trying to figure out where would be the best place to go in the future. That is 3 dogs. Wow. What are those? Can I go see her? Just let me zoom while I'm streaming for whatever reason. So that kind of sucks. But I can at least use 2 different cameras, the 3X and the 1X. Okay. Enough. Alright, let's take a look at what I'm around. So, another place like pizza. You know what they might have in Lansing? I really don't. It's called Pizza, and they do the best deep dish to try pizza that I've had of it. So it's kind of cool that like little mountain thing that you kind of see right there. It was really small when I was younger. It's a garbage dump, but Pine Knob is technically a garbage dump, and I always hoped that it would get big enough one day that they would turn it into like Pine Knob 2, and I would just have somewhere to snowboard right next to me. It's so awesome. But no, alas, I still have to go to Pine Knob, and it still kind of sucks, and it's a little pricey, but they do have a good terrain park, and I still like it. Getting some issues. I think it's because I'm also not, I'm just kind of like sitting on my porch. I'm not facing the drone. I don't have the antennas near it. But anyways, so basically, if we look back to me, I don't know how the video is coming through. It's coming through as bad as it's looking on mine. But if you look directly in the center, that's where I live. And then we would take this street right here to this main street, follow this intersection, and the pizza place is right in this complex. It's right on the corner right here. Buddy's Pizza. I think it's delicious. Some very good pizza. I do like getting pizza on occasion. I even like the frozen ones. The California Pizza Kitchen frozen ones. It's like they got a few really good ones. And then I do make a mean margarita pizza. I learned how to do it when I was working at one of the hotels. And I would just kill to live there. I think I would love, believe that they over there. They have one little small one near us. I know somewhere down this road is the Amazon plant where they launch all their drones from. I haven't gotten any notifications that there's any planes near me or drones, so I will see their FCC ID and their company as well as they will see mine. But no, it doesn't seem like everybody else is flying right now. Let me adjust this aperture a little. Nice bright sky. Oh, at night it is high. You can get some really good sunset videos, and I do have quite a bit. But yeah, at this point, this is another school. I live next to two schools. Oh, it's letting me zoom? What? It wasn't letting me do that. Holy crap, okay. I'll take it. So yeah, this is just like a right down the street from my the other school is sorry, it's the other school right there. I'm right there, and here is the other school. You can just tell the funding difference. It's quite obvious. But yeah. And I mean one kind of nice thing is when I lived at my parents' house, it was really annoying because the closest thing was like Kroger. Anyways, down my street, right on the corner, the 7-Eleven's right there, and it's open 24 hours. So I do love that. I'll walk to it or, just ride my e-bike and get there in a couple seconds. It's always nice. But yes, let me, I can kind of do head and do a image that I will send to you. I'm going to do a sphere, so it means it's going to sit where it's at and take a bunch of photos and then stitch them all together into one 360 image that you can spin around and look up, down, left, right, and all that type of stuff right here. So I'm going to let that do its thing. Then I'm going to fly home and stream. I really don't know how well the stream is doing. What is going on? Yeah, it says I have a poor connection. I'm gonna have to try to figure this out so I can get it streaming good. Alright, so I went ahead and took a panorama image. It's building it, so I'm gonna start flying home while that's compiling. I will go ahead and get a little bit higher and do one more. See if we can get a good view of the sunset. I'm going to go over the lake very, very close down to it and do a 360 panorama and see if we can maybe get some good reflections off the sun off the lake. Just drop it down real. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it closer. Where's that angle? There's going to be some angle. So I'm going to go ahead. How would this look? All right, go ahead and take another one, and then I will land it. I just don't know why this stream is doing poorly. I have to try to figure it out. Close to the Wi-Fi and got all that. I don't think it has anything to do with how far away the drone is. That's unfortunate. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and bring her home. That's going to be the end. So you'll notice it's going to fly up a bit to make sure that it goes over the tree lines and it avoids any telephone poles. It's doing this all automatically. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little break here from my remote. There's no need to touch it. It's just going to come home, land right in front of me, and turn off. Here it comes. All right. So as soon as that land, I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream. It's struggling. Not, not even over it. A little more. Oh, okay. There you go. Perfect. All right, you guys have a good one.